What do we treat ourselves to? Clothes, treat yourself. Fragrance, treat yourself. Massage, treat yourself. Most, treat yourself. Fine leather, treat yourself. It's the best day of the year. The best day of the year.
We back.
Hey, how are you?
Yeah.
How are you?
Week 3.
Yeah. So it's such a trend now. We're so consistent.
Damn.
3 times in a row.
3 times.
How many times do you have to do something before it comes a habit? Like
they say like 21 days.
21
straight.
days. Oh, like
21 days, or maybe that's to break a habit. But I think it's like 21 days. 21. Shout out
we
21
have
Savage.
we have a lot of days to go, I guess. If we have to do 21 weeks, since we only do it once a week.
For sure.
Okay. So we're 3 down.
Keep it pushing.
Keep it moving.
Can't get to 21 unless we get to 3 weeks. So
yeah.
We're there.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
You made it.
Welcome to the Treat Yourself
treat yourself
podcast. Every day is the best day of the year.
Every day is the best day of the year.
Your host, Florence, over there.
Hi. And this is your co-host, Nate.
You know how we do.
He's so cool.
You know how we do.
He's so cool. I want to be cool like him one day. So let's go ahead and get it jumping, I guess. So we begin each week with an affirmation.
Yep.
So what is our affirmation going to be for this week?
So this week, sticking with our theme, going to our self-care planner. This is us. We're teaching ourselves how to treat ourselves. We start the week off with an affirmation, and we're going to hit it with be mindful, be positive, and be kind.
That's cool. I think I can do all 3 of those things.
Yeah, be mindful, be positive, be kind.
Sometimes it's hard to be kind because people are stupid.
I think that's why it's like in order like
extra.
that.
Oh.
You be mindful. If you're positive, it's much easier to be kind.
Oh, okay.
See how that flows into each other?
It just makes so much sense.
Yeah.
Thank you for explaining it.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Be mindful, be positive, be kind.
Yeah.
And then, our self-care planner has us set a daily exercise goal.
Yes, it does.
And so we want to recap maybe
what
your
did.
goal was maybe yesterday or today, or if you got any goals for tomorrow.
So I have weekly goals. I don't have daily goals. I'm building up to daily goals. But, you have to start someplace, right?
Crawl before you walk.
Exactly.
Crawl
Can't
before
just
you walk.
jump into 7 days a
Can't
week.
just jump in. You got to go.
I could kill myself. That's what could happen. So,
really? Go ahead.
But this week, I actually ran a mile.
Oh, suck it.
I know.
Do your thing, man.
It was on one of those elliptical machines at the gym that I joined last week. So I did a whole mile. It took me 30 minutes. Is that fast? That's slow. I don't know. It took me 30 minutes. That's all the time I had.
Well, you did it.
And I did it. And I even did, like, some of the machines afterwards.
Oh, so you did, like, a little double up, a little extra cool down.
I did, like, some crunches and leg stuff. So
this time next month, I'm going to throw you a challenge, right?
Okay, so I have a month until the challenge begins.
No.
That's what you said.
To the challenge ends.
Okay, so you're actually giving me the challenge today.
I'm going to throw you a challenge right now.
Okay, and it ends next. Okay.
Yeah, this time next month.
Okay.
So here's your challenge.
What is it?
You should be able to finish that same mile in 20 minutes.
20 minutes?
Yeah, we shaving 10 off.
That's a lot.
Yeah. The goal is really like a 5-minute mile.
Who does a 5-minute mile? Well, when I was in my teens, I did 5-minute mile. I know.
Awards. I've seen them.
Yeah. And that was also a whole number of years ago. So.
Yeah.
I can, okay.
Past tense. It was BC.
Okay, I could do that. So, okay, what was your exercise goals?
My exercise goals this week, actually I do a daily exercise goal.
So such a show off.
Yeah.
So annoying.
I was in my prime.
Yeah.
Able to do 50 consecutive push-ups. So if I was trying to do 1,000 in a day, I could do 50 at a time, take a rest, come back to
1,000 in a day?
Yeah.
Don't you have other things to do?
Well, not when I was young.
Oh, okay.
You had endless hours of downtime.
And there was no phones or internet back in those days.
Not as many distractions going on.
Okay,
you
distractions.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So I set a goal to get 50 push-ups done in the day. Now.
Okay.
Yeah. So
every day, 5 days a week, 50 push-ups.
Well, that was my daily exercise goal to get 50 done.
Okay.
I'm going to try to build that into my daily routine, but that was just today's goal. I'm actually at 30.
Okay, so not consecutively.
Left. No, not consecutive.
Oh, okay.
This is in my prime.
In your prime, you could do 50 consecutively. Yeah. So now you want to do 50 a day, even if it's not consecutively.
For sure.
And do you find that you work out better in the morning or in the evening or midday?
Midday is my peak.
Really?
Yeah. Yep. Midday, I'd say post lunch was probably my peak.
That's
right around 3, 4 is when I start like slowing down, no matter what's going on in the day. But some people work better in the morning or after work hours, post 5 p.m. I'm a middayer.
That's so crazy because I feel like that's when I'm the tiredest, the most tired right is in the lunch. Middle. Yeah. But when I go to my gym, I go in between appointments. So I usually go between 12 and 2.
Yeah, 12 and 2.
So I have to eat lunch first, which I only eat a salad because I don't want to be weighed down.
Yep.
And then I'll exercise. So I did that this week. I did one steam day, and then I did one run day.
Okay, so you're probably building the muscle to make workout time your middays too,
Yeah. I used to prefer it in the mornings. At least start the day with yoga or something like that. But now it's hard for me to get up in the mornings. Or I'm up at 4 and then, But that's just my problem. I'm trying to fix that too as a part of my self-care because I don't want to have to get up that early. But, okay. So that's a good goal, 50. Yeah. So then will you continue that until next week? Is that going to be your daily goal moving forward? Or will you switch it up?
It's not going to be my daily goal every day.
Okay.
It will definitely just slowly get incorporated into like some long term. I wanted to make sure I can do it.
I'm sure you could do it.
That was the biggest thing.
So have you done it? Was there a day that you did 50? Or is this moving forward?
Yeah, the 50 was today's exercise goal.
Today's
exercise goal.
Got it.
And, I still got some sunlight left.
Little.
I owe myself 20 push-ups before the end of the day.
Is the day the sun goes down or the day 11:59?
Yeah, until the date changes. I'm on the clock, baby. I got time. I'm on the clock. Yeah, okay. So that's my daily exercise goal. Yesterday was just to hit the 1,000 steps.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so have a lovely app on my phone. I'm not going to show you my phone. I got a cracked screen right now, but most smartphones, it won't last forever. Yes. Most smartphones, some of them have health apps already downloaded on there. You just have to register and sign up. And with your GPS, it'll track your movements and let you know how many steps you knocked out for the day.
That's the man watching you, by the way.
Yeah, he's already
in it. He already knows.
For sure.
If he wants to know, he can know.
Absolutely. Yeah, I'm not one of those conspiracy theorists.
No? Okay.
At all. Although I do believe something's going on at Area 51. I think Roswell
is a thing.
Yeah. That's a crazy tangent. I don't want to.
So off topic.
It's another podcast.
Super off topic.
It's another podcast I'm doing. But,
super off topic.
Yeah. So if I can get to 50, I want it to become consistent to where it's no longer a goal. It's just what I do.
It's just what you do.
You know what I'm saying? I'm just doing it.
Set a new goal.
Just like that.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Trying to be one of those sexy grandpas.
Yeah, get that gilf look. I'm heading to Florida sometime this summer. So
Oh, yes. No dad bods for summer.
Oh, whoa. Dad bod is in. Don't ever let nobody tell you dad bod is not in, because it's definitely trending. I checked the socials today. And
Did you?
Yep.
All right.
Definitely trending.
I'm going to back check that. I'm going to back check that.
Dad bod.
I don't believe it. I'm going to back check it.
Yeah, check it out. Check it out. Cargo pants, all that.
Let's move on.
So we premiered or introduced a yearly
weekly. It's a weekly. Wait, what are you gonna say?
I was gonna say we reveal it at the end of the year.
Right. We do reveal it, but every week we put in our basket. See, I got a little pre-basket. He didn't want you to see the basket. The thing that we are happy about every week. We write it down and we put it in there, and then we go through it at the end of the year.
It doesn't have to be something you did. It could be a memory.
Yeah.
You know, something that made you happy in that moment. You jot it down and you throw it in your happy basket.
Yeah.
Once a week. So 2024 rolls around, you can kind of look back on your 2023.
Right.
And find all your happy moments, all your happy memories, and just go through it. Makes you more appreciative. Kind of ties into our affirmation of being mindful.
Yeah.
And positive, and it helps you stay kind. So
yeah,
it's a good activity. I'm glad you brought that up. And so Florence, through her.
Well, that was my last week that I just did. So I have a new one for this week. So
you've already got your happy joint?
I have my happy for this week.
Man, it's crazy.
I know. It was hard because I am finding it really difficult. But what it's forcing me to do is think about or be present in every moment. Like not let a day go by when I haven't reflected on what happened. So that was an unintended consequence of us doing this, and I find it like really interesting because I've never done this kind of reflection on a daily basis before. You know, I have the worst memory in the world, and so I got to write it down or it didn't happen. So making myself do it every day, I have to think about it because I'll come here and I have to say something. It's a really good exercise for me. So shall I share my happy?
Without further ado.
I'm going first? I'll go first. So I actually had a very almost bad day yesterday. But as a result of that, one of the things that I realized was that I am very happy to have Nate in my life. I know. So I had a really bad experience with a contractor. And for those of you who are just checking in, if this is your first time watching us, we're in this business together. But this isn't my first business. I've had tons of other things that I've tried. Some made money, some didn't.
Serial entrepreneur, y'all.
I tried a lot of things.
Yep.
And but this is the first time where I didn't feel like all by myself when a catastrophe happened. Like Nate just came in and he was like, nope, we're going to fix it and it's going to go this way. And not feeling alone. I don't know if you're a business owner, you know that you constantly always feel like it's me. I got to do it. I got to fix it. And not having to do that, I was like, oh, this is what it's like to have a team member. Because I've had support, right? Mm-hmm. Like you've supported me before.
For sure.
And
Mike.
My family. Yep. Michael supports me. But it's not like having a team member who can like pick up where you fall, you know? And so for me, it makes me think like this is a thing that is going to pop off, you know?
For sure.
Because I'm not in it by myself. Nope. And it's proven that I'm not in it by myself. So that actually made me happy this week.
Hey, two legs are better than one. Y'all, listen, y'all hear that? Y'all hear that? Let me lean. I'm the happy moment.
Yeah.
You feel me? So
yeah.
She chewing my head off.
Yeah.
I can say, look, I need you to go back to that in your happy job.
Yeah.
And let me know. Yeah, dealing with contractors, dealing with service workers.
It's just the worst.
Can be tough. Because, you know, when life is lifing, you need help. And then they show up and they got you by the you-know-whats.
Yeah.
And you're like, So somebody
that was really
so I'm glad
helpful.
I was there for you.
I'm glad you were there because I don't know if I would have been able to handle it on my own. Or I probably would have been able to handle it, but it would not have gone as well.
Yeah. Probably wouldn't have felt the same way afterwards. So, and that's a lot of growth and progress, you know, in this whole self-care space to be able to find and pull happiness out of a moment that would normally be
devastating.
Whoa, shut down. Like, my day is trash.
I can't.
It just
this is the worst.
The day.
Yeah.
This was a bad day. But now it's like, no, you know what?
It was something bad happened in the day, but it wasn't a bad day.
Boom.
So that is growth because I used to be like, psh,
that's it.
Shot. I'm going to bed.
Instant depression.
I'm going to bed. So
pop the wine cork and.
But we still doing drinks today. I mean, let's not get it twisted. Couldn't do it yesterday.
Yeah, but it's not sad drinks. It's celebratory.
It's celebratory drinks. Yeah,
a little spirit in the spirit.
So, what was your happy moment this week?
This is easy. So, shout out to all the parents out there who have to hold it down when one parent is out of town.
Right.
And
jeez.
Special shout out to all the single parents out there who hold it down. You know, we all need a village,
24/7.
But you know, when you're in the trenches, some single moms and single pops out there, single grandparents and aunts out there, it's just y'all.
Yeah.
So my wife had a business trip and she was gone from Sunday till probably early this morning.
Yeah.
And first 2 days, it's a breeze. You hit that day 3.
It's always day 3.
And you hit that day 4. You know, it's always forgetting, you know. So that laundry's piling up. This one's hungry. This one's got a runny nose. This one had a surprise chess match out of nowhere. And you're like, oh, Lord, give me the strength. You know? So, my happy moment is when I heard those keys coming through the lock. And she showed up. Yeah. You know, like an angel. Oh. So that was my happy moment.
That's fantastic.
Mommy's home. It was also, I'll give like a happy moment 1B.
Okay.
In there. So
you had 2 happy moments.
Yeah. And it was, you know, your kids, they abuse you.
They do.
You know, and they're like,
it's the only approved abusive relationship, I think.
For sure.
It's mandatory like abusive relationship.
Society
is okay with that.
And then you get these little moments when you're like, it just melted my heart. So, I told you I was going to go to the airport to make sure, you know, cold weather didn't lock our car up. That'd have been the worst to have a long travel day to get to your car and it not start. So
that's so considerate. Like, what? You know, who would do that? He would do that.
So I told the gang, the boys, hey, we're going to go make sure mommy's car is okay. Yeah. And my middle son said, you know what we should do? We should get her some flowers and a card and leave it in her car and sign the card so she has something happy to see when she gets home because we'll be asleep by the time she gets to the house.
That is so adorable. Are you kidding me?
So I could envision what her face, because she did not have a awesome trip to begin with. And then her journey home was met with the delayed cancellation jank that is all the airlines these days.
Yeah, and she was coming from Vegas to cold, freezing.
Yeah.
Chicago.
All that, yeah. So she opened up her car door and leaning on her steering wheel was a bouquet of pink roses with a welcome home, thank you mommy card signed by the boys with little hearts and stuff. So you know what that did. She was just overjoyed.
That is so cute.
Yep. Bad trip becomes the best trip ever. So just like that changed her. So yeah, so my happy moment.
It's her happy moment.
Is the fact that Southwest got her back here.
Yeah.
And I would probably go ahead and say her happy moment was was getting those. Was getting that welcome home gift. So that was pretty cool.
That's so cute.
Yeah, shout out to Brock Brewer.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's
that's a great idea. Yeah. He's gonna kill them.
Yep. Y'all can have that. Y'all can have that. Take that. Take that.
That's a good idea. I like that.
So yeah, that was a good moment for the Brewer family. Our household is back complete. I can kind of woosah a little bit.
A little bit.
Yeah, she's in fact picking up the kids today. So.
Yeah. But that is usually your job.
That's usually my job, you know.
So you get a little bit of a reprieve.
Get a little bit of a reprieve.
And just for today.
Just for today.
Because next week, back on the grind.
Back on the grind. Yep. Oh, and I get to go drink with my drinking buddy.
What? Boom, boom, boom,
boom, boom, boom, boom.
And tacos. You can't have drinks without tacos. So we're going for tacos. Can I make that my self-care thing? No, I can pick something else.
So I don't know if... You know what? It's treat yourself.
It's treat yourself. Right. So it could be whatever I want.
Yeah. Every day we give you some suggestions, some activities that you can do to treat yourself.
Right.
It sounds like Florence is throwing out.
Yes. I always am throwing out tacos. Like tacos is never a bad decision to treat yourself. But I actually have something else that I did this week to treat myself. Did you do something this week to treat yourself?
Yeah. So my activity suggestion, I'll jump in front of you. Because it sounded like you were setting that up.
Yeah.
Is to find, or if you already have one, listen to your favorite podcast.
Oh.
Find or listen to your favorite podcast.
This is your favorite.
It's definitely top 5. It's definitely top 5. Top 2. Take it back. Definitely top 2. We'll clean that up and edit.
Yeah.
Top 2 podcasts. But my favorite podcast had a guest on, and the interview was amazing. I got to learn so much about the specific individual.
Do you want to share who the individual is? Or what? Yeah,
shout out to the Knuckleheads podcast, Q Rich and D Miles.
What's the topic of that? Is it music or sports or both? Or
all? So it's in the athletic sports space. Those are 2 former NBA players, one from Chicago, the other one from St. Louis, and Darius Miles. And they started their podcast. I think they set off a domino effect of the sports podcast, but it was right before the pandemic.
Okay.
So they caught a lot of buzz, and then they picked up a bunch of sponsors, and then you're sitting at home during the pandemic, so what better to do? Watch a podcast. And they had a lot of great guests on, and just their setup and their makeup. And it's one of the last interviews of Kobe Bryant we saw was from their podcast.
Wow.
So yeah, pretty amazing stuff. And this week they had Grant Hill on.
I love Grant Hill.
Because you love Tamia.
I know.
So it makes sense.
They're so cute.
So it makes sense. So great interview, by the way. Just from their standpoint, I was able to take notes on how they conduct an interview and still manage their back and forth interaction, because they're hilarious together.
Right.
And then how they included Grant Hill in some of their shenanigans, and they able to stick to their formula. So I actually had a good time. It was like I went out and hung out with the fellas, but just sitting there felt like I was...
You were in it. You were so engaged and enthralled.
Yes. So if you don't have a favorite podcast, I mean, other than this one.
Right. Make this one number 1. But then you should get a number 2 as well.
Absolutely.
You know, we only talk about self-care. There are other topics to discuss.
For sure.
So
sit down, give yourself 30 minutes and to an hour and listen to a great podcast.
Yeah.
It's awesome. A lot of times there's no interruptions in there. You might catch an ad a little bit here and there. But you get some good insight. It's usually specific to a genre, a topic that you hold passionate.
Yeah.
And true to you. So that's my suggestion.
That's a really good suggestion.
Podcast. Shout out to the Knuckleheads.
Is that their sign?
Yeah.
Okay. Mine is fairly simple. So what mine is to take a nap. Of course, I used to own a nap studio.
Yes.
So if you were downtown Chicago and you want to take a nap, which I know you did, you can come to my business and do that. It closed because of COVID, but I still cherish my naps. So I was able to, I don't get them often, but I was able to squeeze one in this week. And I found it really, really helpful, especially in the middle of the day. Like not longer than 20 minutes, but just allows you to start fresh. So, and naps are, they may be weird here in the U.S., but they're normal.
Everywhere else, yeah, I was just going to say that.
Everywhere else.
Which is crazy.
They have a whole word for it.
They start our curriculum off, like our introduction to education, going to school as kids. You have to take a nap every day. There's actually time that they put in the schedule to take naps.
And it doesn't change when you get older.
And they just take it away from you. Like, what happens? Why would they take that away from us?
So evil.
Yeah.
So that was my self-care thing. Not as enthralled as your podcast, but I think I will take up that suggestion and find one because I think it'll also be helpful to get tips on how to make this one better.
For sure.
By finding something that I like.
I like that nap thing going.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? You want a nap right now.
Man, put that on the ballot. My vote, man. Bring naps back. 2024.
Bring naps back. Bring naps back.
For sure. Back. You got my vote, man. Everybody should have to take it. My mom went to Spain a few years back, and she was just blown away. She was like, look,
everything
1 o'clock and 2 o'clock.
You can't do nothing. You can't do nothing.
Don't ask nobody nothing.
Yeah.
She said siesta is real.
It's real.
It's real. So
everything shuts down.
Different cultures understand the importance of that midday recharge.
Yep, except us. It's always hustle, hustle, grind, grind. So, but not this one. I'm gonna get my nap in.
Yeah.
So it looks like we are almost out of time. Any last words you want to leave with your guests before next week?
No, stay true to your affirmations. Those things can really generate true and manifest themselves. So whether you start your day with an affirmation or you grab one midday or right before you close your eyes at night, the affirmations are real. Again, this week's is to be mindful, be positive, and be kind. That's some good, strong words.
Yeah.
And again, shout out to our sponsors.
Yeah. They'll be here someplace.
Yeah.
And it is a new month. So one of the things that I also
Black History Month
invite you to do is I have this monthly thing. So we have this weekly thing where we talk about what made you happy this week, blah, blah, blah. But there's this monthly thing of like things that help you look into yourself. What can you improve? What went well overall? And so for February, as I look into the guide, or January rather, it was list some things that you're good at. So, we don't always take the time to pat ourselves on the back, but sometimes we got. So this is your opportunity to just list some of those things that you're good at. And that's what I'll have for the month of January. Or February, whichever one you want to, because we're at the beginning of February. So let's start this month with a list of things that we're good at. As they come to mind, we'll list them out. So that's the self-care planner. This is a treat yourself podcast.
Every day is the best day of the year.
This is Nate. We're so happy that you joined us, and we hope that you'll join us next time.
It's taco time.
Taco time.